I'm Taryn.
I'm Shelby.
I'm Brooklyn.
I'm Laura.
I'm Christy.
And we are
growing Bowman County.
I'm the Executive Director for the Bowman County Development Corporation. My position is full-time, and it is my job to promote investment and growth in Bowman County. We do that in a number of ways through community development, economic development, education, and quality of life. I oversee all the projects here in the office, and I also represent Bowman County on a number of state and regional boards.
I work full-time as the project coordinator. I'm the lead in key projects like MainSpace and the Fusion Conference.
I'm the creative marketing coordinator here at the Development Corporation. My job is full-time, and in that I handle tourism for the county. I focus on quality of life initiatives and community development and handle all print and digital marketing.
And I'm the Business Growth Coordinator for the Bowman County Development Corporation. My main role with the organization is as Small Business Development Center Advisor. I work with new and existing businesses to set them up for success.
I am part-time, in which I handle all of the financial bookkeeping for 10 accounts. I also help with the office operations and procedures, and am the lead admin for the Chamber of Commerce.
I love that in our office, rural is not a limitation.
It is all about community.
We continue to make Bowman County a great place to live.
We serve with integrity above all else.
I love that in our office, we focus on growing in our community through education.
And this is why I love Bowman County.
2019 was a busy year in the Economic Development Office. During the year, the board and the office decided to focus on three key areas. They decided to focus on workforce, on the business park, and on the recruitment of additional restaurants.
I'd say one of the most obvious and visible changes to the EDC this last year would be the addition of MainSpace and the renovation of the EDC office.
To do both projects at the same time just made sense financially, good use of our resources.
The purpose of the office renovation, I would say, was twofold. One, to modernize and update the existing office. It's a nice facility, but it needed to just get a fresh coat of paint and get updated. It really is a staple of what your community is when people come in and look at that office.
Office renovation was part of a larger project. The office used a grant and took the federal funds that they received in order to put together a space that could be used for business training and also a meeting space.
And we see that as a board member, I look forward to it because we had a place that we could go.
That facility, that space has a lot of potential for local businesses, for local organizations, even startup businesses that don't have access to those facilities. It's a great resource for them.
Yeah, the only drawback to not having MainSpace work as well as it could is your imagination. I like the comparison between what the old office looked like. Not just that office, but the other one looked different. How it was fantastic in 1960.
I'd like to thank the office for having that vision, because we all kind of get used to what things look like, and we thought it was all fine. But when you see the professional look of our office now, it's outstanding.
When you look at the office, it's become very much a place where tourists stop in. Workforce recruitment is done out of that office, business retention. Many things take place in that office, so we wanted something that we could really be proud of. When you look at what we've done throughout our community, including the beautiful hospital that we have, the airport, the school, those are other projects that we are very proud of, and we wanted this project to be something that we could be proud of as well.
You keep thinking, holding in your mind what things were and not what things can be.
The big things that occurred last year were the hiring of an additional employee.
There are so many programs going on here right now. So different than 10 years ago.
When I compare what our community does through programs and incentives, it's much more than other communities of this size or even larger offer.
And I see that in order to get the programs that helps meet the criteria for what Bowman County really does desire to have and need, you needed additional staff.
At the beginning of the year, when the staff puts together their work plan, that work plan has become basically like a mini strategic plan, and that plan becomes the roadmap for them to follow throughout the year. With the number of programs that they've offered, the number of projects that they put in place, the goal is to make all of those self-sustaining. The office is made up of 5 individuals. Each one of those individuals possesses kind of unique talents and skill sets. I think what really stands out to me probably the most is the way they're able to take those unique personalities, those unique skills that they have, and utilize it to the best of their abilities in the jobs that they do.
There would be a lot of things that you would see changed, and one of it would be doing a video. But that shows, to me, that shows a dynamic of what goes on with this group, the staff here, and I think the willingness to try and improve and take care of programs and processes as time goes on.
So to me, when you can combine the skills that they have, the unique talents that each one of those individuals have, in order to strengthen the communities in the county, it's a win-win for both sides.
Funding is often a big question that we get. So this year we took a look at breaking it down so we could educate the public and our commissioners and our stakeholders on how our office actually is funded. When we did the breakdown, 42% of our funding for operating comes from municipal sources like Bowman County and our 3 cities. The remainder of our funding actually comes from other contracts that we provide, whether it's the Small Business Development Center, the Chamber of Commerce. We have a contract to provide tourism services here, and we also help a number of different entities in our community. This is a great way to conserve resources, to reduce overhead, and to utilize the talent of our team. The Bowman County Development Corporation truly serves as the umbrella organization. Under our umbrella, we have the Chamber of Commerce, we have tourism, we have the Small Business Development Center, we have what basically functions as a downtown association, and a number of different organizations that we help serve in our community. We feel that this is a great way to conserve our resources, to make best use of staff time, and to utilize the talents that we have in our office. If you went to another community, you'd see these different organizations located in different offices, which increases the amount of overhead and the amount of money that you have to put to keep those organizations running and going. So we feel that we all serve the same mission of supporting Bowman County, and with that, we are able to better serve this community and fulfill those missions that we have here.
In the last 5 years, we have added 10 contracts and programs that require continued support, with one of the largest ones being the Chamber of Commerce. We continue to have a great relationship and support each other's missions.
One of our key partners is the Small Business Development Center. And this year alone in Bowman County, we've seen over 5 businesses start or transition in ownership. Through the SBDC, we continue to offer services such as business planning, marketing plans, financial projections, and try to fill the needs of education for our businesses in the area. One of our successes this year was the Bowman Laundromat.
I chose to make the SBDC part of my journey. They're an excellent resource for designing business plans and putting my financials together so that we could really explain to the bank what we were looking at. It was an excellent first stop for me. I chose to invest in Bowman County because I saw a real need. I saw an opportunity and a chance to make an investment in my hometown. In the beginning, there wasn't a lot of machines in here. So we rebuilt all the ones that were here, and we invested in 4 new dryers and 6 new washing machines. We put a whole new floor in and did some plumbing. We have a few more to do. We're going to try and paint yet. Right now it's a nice laundromat.
We have a great team, and we are so excited to talk to you about the projects we took on in 2019.
In 2019 was year 3 of the Fusion Conference. Once again, we were excited to bring high caliber speakers and information to our region. With over 150 attendees, we know that we were able to make an impact. We are looking forward to Fusion 2020 on September 22nd and 23rd, where we already have our first 2 keynotes booked, and it will be all about culture.
This winter, Bowman County hosted the 2nd Festival of Lights, in which we saw over 400 attendees join us the night of, and many more throughout the holiday season. This event would not be possible without the support of all of our businesses and our community members who believe in making Bowman County a great place to live.
Mainspace was one of our most notable projects in 2019. We've made great use of the space since it's been open, and we have so much planned for you in 2020. We're really excited about our partnership with the University of Mary. We've partnered with them to bring you small business training courses. The space itself is a great setup. It was very comfortable, very nice.
It looks really good inside. It's fancy.
The space is beautiful. I love it. I wish we had something like this back in Buffalo.
I am very impressed with that main space area that we had. Phenomenal space to do this kind of work in. So congratulations to the organization for having such a facility to do this training. And congratulations for doing this training. This is very valuable stuff.
You know, I think it's really impressive that Bowman would bring these kind of classes to the area. It isn't something that you see very often, so we wanted to make sure that we took advantage of it for sure.
Having the training available here in Bowman has been great. I mean, Bowman's pretty close to Buffalo, so not having to travel so far, we can do this in one day, no overnight stays away from the family.
You know, we're used to traveling. You know, I might end up traveling to the other side of the state or even out of state. It's just really convenient that it was, I mean, this close, you know.
Having a space like this and bringing in this training into Bowman, North Dakota, tell me the downside. I'm not seeing a downside at all. The diversity of businesses that were brought in today, there cannot be a downside for doing this. This is great education, and it can only do great things for this community to distinguish the community between others that don't have this stuff, honestly. You've got a beautiful facility to do this in, and I think you're maximizing it by doing training like this.
I would just encourage other businesses to take a look at the classes offered and bring your employees in if you can. If you're looking to find more information about MainSpace, you can visit gomainspace.com.
Crossroads Business Park was a great long-term investment for this community. In 2019, we contracted with Piper's Auction Realty to be our seller agent on the project. We were able to complete construction on phase 1, and the lots are now ready to sell and ready to build on.
In 2019, Piper's Auction Company became the listing agent and sales agent for the Crossroads Business Park, and it's quite an opportunity for our company to be more actively engaged in some of these long-term community projects, and we'd like to see the advancement of Bowman, as it's always been a progressive community, and we'd like to see that continue. And I think the Crossroads Business Park is a project that can accomplish just that. The one thing everybody really kind of needs to curb their enthusiasm towards the business park is this is a long-term investment, it's a long-term gain. There's a lot of businesses that are targeting communities like Bowman to expand, especially communities like Bowman that are close to agricultural, industrial, and oil field type industries.
We're really excited about what this can do for the future growth of our community. We know that if we want to grow our economy, we're going to have to bring more people in, and that's going to take business. Crossroads Business Park is built for both businesses that want to expand, but it's also built for new businesses that want to look at our community.
In 2019, we released our I Love Bowman County marketing campaign, and I'm so happy that with that, we finished 2 tourism videos for Bowman County.
The restaurant industry often comes up as something the Bowman County Development Corporation needs to address. In 2019, we saw the addition of 2 new eating establishments in Bowman County and the changeover in ownership of one of our long-standing restaurants. While we do have over 10 eating establishments in Bowman County, there are a couple niche areas that we are working to fill. And this is a great community if someone wanted to get a start. We have some great business opportunities here for restaurant owners. We also received a grant from USDA last year to try to help us address the restaurant issue. We will be bringing in a company that specializes in the hospitality and restaurant industries to help us assess our current situation, to look at a business plan that is sustainable here, and to help us decide what the best way to move forward is. We also looked at a couple of incentives and programs that we could help assist businesses in this industry get started. We also recognize that the restaurant industry suffers from our shortage in workforce and other key areas of training needed here. So we did take a look at classes and offerings that we could help train our managers and train our employees to better work in these industries.
I probably grew up more around this business than she did, being my dad built a place 31 years ago, and now we own it. I guess that's part of the reason why we own it. It makes me proud to walk in here as an owner and see the things I grew up being built and seeing my mom's painting on the wall in the bar. It gives me a bit of pride. Changes here, oh man, we've done all kinds of things, from the way we run our operations to our kitchen setting, the equipment we use.
We have changed our pizza.
Yeah, we totally revamped our pizza. We totally redid our burgers. I mean, the burgers and pizza are our two biggest sellers. So
Yeah, we hand press every patty. I believe our customer service, treating them like they are the most important, which they are. That's what makes us succeed.
Your returning clientele is probably your biggest clientele in this business. Our employees do care. They care about us, they care about our family, they care about all the customers. The biggest challenge, in my opinion, and I think she'll probably, I'm hoping she nods her head yes, but keeping our employee force up. We've gotten lucky, we got some great employees. Just about everything in this place is old, from, the wallpaper to the seating, to the furniture, to the
Decor.
the decor, the building. So coming up, we're gonna work really hard on, redoing our bathrooms. We're gonna be replacing exterior doors here, and we're actually gonna reside the whole place. We're going to
Put up some new signs.
put up some new signage through the facade program.
I feel like the rewarding part is showing our kids that hard work does pay off and that we can do it as a family.
We told our kids we got in this together as a family, and we're gonna continue this as a family.
Know that family's, number one.
That is probably the most important thing to us, is our family.
But it's also rewarding to see them happy to come here. Like, they're excited to come here. They're excited to come down and see our employees because they treat them like gold.
We just want to be the best we can and give you guys the best product we can.
I opened a location in Bowman because if there was ever going to be a time where I was going to do it, it was going to have to be with the right location. And with a few friends and some contacts and some things, we made the Subway building a reality, which was kind of at the top of our list from the beginning. I wanted to do it right. I wanted to do it a certain way, and we just took off from there. I guess with the staffing that I had in Scranton, willing to climb on board with my concept and my ideas, I think it made my decision a lot better. We were able to hire around 17 or 18 people. In all honesty, it's a tough industry to staff because the full-time hours are available, but it's usually not 9 to 5. I don't have any issue coming in and filling in either. I make them work alongside each other. There's a lot of coaching that goes on. I've addressed 2 or 3 people as supervisors, so to say. They just really run the ship. I do have a manager in store now that works about 80% of the time here in Bowman, about 20% of the time in my Scranton store. We keep the same concepts over there. And, we just make them part of the team and really focus on the team effort as a whole. You really need to focus on the entire business entity, making sure that everyone understands everyone else's job. So it's very hard to have, in this particular facility, a waitress or a waiter that doesn't understand what it takes to be a cook. So you don't have to cross-train everybody where they're a complete professional at everything they do, but the more well-rounded your employees can be, the more opportunity there is for that team. Well, business was absolutely phenomenal. I don't think I could ask for any better. We do ask that people come in, and we do have a very large variety of salads. And the customer base that I'm seeing right now is really starting to be the we're back for the 3rd time now. It was good the first couple times. In my research that I do in these places, it's very important to identify your first-time customers, identify your second-time customers, know the percentage of chance that you have to get that customer back for a 3rd time and keep them for life. I think the part that I'm maybe hoping will continue to take off more is the express lane portion, where you're in and out of here in 5 minutes. It hasn't been a part of Next Door Pizza in the past. So we do ask that people come and try that. When it comes to marketing, I've become what I consider very good at understanding how the national market works. So what I always try to concentrate on is just bringing that down to what I consider my little local level. I do want everybody to look the same. I want every pizza to taste the same, so why should I have people running around in here that we don't know whether they work here or not, or things like that. All the signage is the same. I just think that branding is such an important aspect when it comes to a business, especially one that I do want to grow. I changed the Next Door Pizza logo, and we just kept it going. So now I think fine-tuning the menu to make that more of a standard, pastas and things like that will be coming very soon. So now that the brand is there, and I think people start to recognize it and know what NDP is and what the Next Door Pizza logo looks like, things like that, it'll allow me to take it a step further now and continue to chase the big boys.
Here at the Bowman County Development Corporation, we are mapping out our future. In 2020, we will complete a Bowman County strategic plan.
Continue to provide quality education through MainSpace.
Complete a restaurant feasibility study.
Actively market Crossroads Business Park.
Complete a business challenge.
Host the first marketplace for kids.
In 2020,
we will grow Bowman County.